guys, today we're going to read The Attack on Baltimore. So, Washington, D.C. took 10 years to construct. It took less than 1 day to destroy it. Next, the British planned to attack Baltimore. Baltimore was a big city north of Washington, D.C. At the time, it was the third largest city in the United States. It was also a key port, which is where boats can come. So it helps with trading. So Baltimore was a big city and key port north of Washington, D.C. So you can see that this is where Baltimore was. Baltimore was protected from naval attack by a large fort. It was called Fort McHenry. The British focused on Fort McHenry. They hoped that if they could take the fort, they could take the city. They planned to attack the fort by land and also by sea. The people of the city were aware an attack was coming. They got ready. They piled up supplies, which means they just gathered them. They set up walls. They even sank ships in the harbor to keep the British ships from getting too close to the city. All of the people in the city pitched in. Even the children helped. So this is Fort McHenry as it looks today. So you can go visit it, and this is what it would look like. A year earlier, the soldiers in Fort McHenry felt like they needed a flag they could fly over the fort. They asked a local woman named Mary Pickersgill to make a flag. "Make it big," they told her. "Make it so big the British will be able to see it from miles away." The U.S. flag is covered with stars and stripes today. The U.S. flag has 50 stars and 13 stripes. Each star stands for one of the 50 states of the United States. Each stripe stands for one of the 13 original colonies. Sometimes America's flag is referred to as the Stars and Stripes. Here's a picture of our flag today. The flag that Mary Pickersgill made for Fort McHenry was different. It had 15 stars and 15 stripes. The Fort McHenry flag was different in another way too. It was huge. Each star was 2 feet across. Each stripe was 2 feet tall and 42 feet long. Miss Pickersgill could not do all the stitching herself. The flag was too big. She needed help. She got her daughter to help her, but she still needed more help. She had her servants help with the stitching. Still, she needed more help. She sent for 2 of her nieces that did the trick. She and her 5 helpers stitched day and night until the flag was finished. When it was done, the flag was as large as a house. It was hung on a giant pole over the fort. You could see it from miles away. And then here's kind of a picture. The British arrived later in the week. They sent troops to attack the city, but this time the U.S. soldiers were ready. They stopped the British army. The British commander was killed during the attack. The British went back to their ships. They decided to attack Fort McHenry with their navy instead. So you can see this is kind of a picture of flag that Mary Pickersgill flag flying at Fort McHenry. So remember, it's very good if you go back and read this too or with a family member. Bye, guys.